We're here today to talk about a subject that lots of people have questions about. I get questions in my column and just in my business all the time from folks who are going through a divorce who have lots of questions about home ownership and how to deal with that with their divorce proceedings. We're here today with Kim Stewart from the Sanford Institution of Savings, and Kim is going to help us understand and get some information. Kim, good to see you.
Hi, thanks for coming, Randall. We snuck off to my favorite coffee spot, Aroma Joe's, here next to the banks, kind of talk about a touchy subject, but something that I've gone through myself. And the important thing is we just want to help educate borrowers who might be going through or getting ready to go through a divorce and understanding the importance of their obligations, whether they currently own a home or they're looking to position themselves to purchase a home.
Mm-hmm. What kinds of things should homeowners be aware of when they're going through that process?
Well, a lot of it is about your legal liability. If you are on the deed to the property and you sign the mortgage note, that makes you obligated for repayment. And a lot of times we'll see in a divorce judgment that the judge has set aside the property to one party or the other, and that doesn't release you from the obligation of repayment of that note. So the best thing that we suggest is they either refinance or pay the obligation off so that the parties separate with their own debt and obligation.
Good. What kinds of things should people be looking out for when they're going through this process?
Well, I hate to do it, but a worst case scenario would be if parties did not get release from the obligation, but yet they deeded the property over and the other party stops making the payments. So now it's impacting your credit report. If it goes on to a foreclosure or a short sale, that too is going to impact. So you're going to live with that obligation and whatever that outcome and result is. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to get release from the obligation if you're not going to stay in the home.
And once people tell you you're released, you have to follow up and make sure you have been released.
Absolutely,
yeah, that's
absolutely.
Something I see a lot of.
Another piece that we deal with a lot in the divorce is alimony and child support on the income side. You can use that income to qualify for another loan mortgage. However, the underwriting guidelines and parameters about documenting the receipt of that is very important. The guidelines are really strict in showing the documentation that you've been receiving that income for at least 12 consecutive months with no late in the frequency of the payment. So if you can prove that, you can use that to move forward in qualifying for a mortgage.
Well, that's good. Well, Kim, thank you very much.
Thank you, Randall.
That was good. So we're here today with Kim Stewart from the Sanford Institution for Savings. And the world of divorce is very complicated, but you can give Kim a call to talk about your home ownership issues, your legal issues with home ownership, and she can clarify them for you. Simon says, Sanford Institution for Savings, they want to help, it's the place to call.